Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about a little gel kit sent to me for review by the brand Modelones. I'm taking a wild guess at how that is pronounced. So the brand reached out and asked if I would like to review some of their nail products. I love doing nails, so of course I was like yes, but only specific ones, because they do like acrylics and like a whole bunch of other nail techniques and nail products that I'm not familiar with, and so I made sure I was able to request something that I knew how to do, which was standard UV LED gels. So I am in no way an expert at nails and nail technician stuff. I have had a fair amount of experience with gel and regular polishes. I also used to do like Manicure Monday series when I was like blogging like 8 years ago, and I also have a student who is an adult who is a nail tech. So I had a few questions and I got a few answers from her, which would definitely help out with the review. So first things first, I'm going to go over what they sent me. So there was a decent sized box full of stuff, and basically what they sent me is like the beginner's stuff. So everything that they had that you'd use as a beginner in the nail, like UV gel nail world. So the first thing is this little box here, which is the UV LED soak off gel kit. So this one doesn't really seem to have like a title, and since I didn't request it, I don't have the links for any of this, so I guess I'll just ask them. But it comes with 3 of the primer and top base things. So you've got this one here, which is the primer. This one smells like straight up like isopropyl alcohol, and it evaporates off. You don't use the LED lights to cure this, it's just to prep the nail. They also sent a base coat, which is the one with the silver cap, and then a top coat, which is the one with the gold cap, and these 2 are UV cured, meaning that you have to put your nails under the light to cure them. The next thing they sent, of course, was the light. So this one is the Sun Mini LED UV nail lamp, and the thing that I like about this is 1, is pink. 2, it's tiny. Like this is like the miniest little thing ever. Like it's the size of a long mouse, keyboard mouse, and it's powered by USB. So meaning you can stick it wherever you've got USB power source. For me, for the most part, I use my laptop, but I also have UV ports in like my standard charging stations. So like my extension box for plugs has Type-C and USB ports in it as well, so I can just put this literally wherever. The only downside with this is that it has these cute little legs, which are really helpful, so you can stand it up. But these legs are freaking impossible to get out. Like I broke a few like things trying to get them out. They were that difficult. So I just don't put them away properly. Like I don't fully close the little legs in anymore because I do not think I can get them back out again. Otherwise, great little lamp. They also sent this little kit of like extra bits. So there's like a nail file, there's remover wipes which you can soak off with. There are like little pedicure toe separators, a cuticle clipper sort of thing, of which I do not use. The only downside with this is that nail file, oh, she's rough. Like do not use that on your nails, and no, just don't. Invest in a glass file, they're so much better. I actually use this file here to sand down the top of the gels before I removed them. Removal wipes do work, but they're not quite as fast as pure acetone. Just get some pure acetone and tinfoil your nails. Then I was sent 6 of the UV LED polishes. So they all have like little color squares down the bottom, and I swatched them all on a piece of paper, which is because I don't have any nail little swatching sticks. That's the best I could give you for those colors. There's quite a good selection though, which I thought was really interesting. So they have like the Coco Black, which is just a regular black. They have Edelweiss, which is like a grayish white, which is what I'm wearing at the moment. Actually, you can kind of see it. It's not quite white, but you know, that's fine. They said 1968, which is the one that I haven't personally tried, but it's like a dark maroon brown. We have Mint, which is the first one that I tried and the one that I'm going to demo in this video, which is like a minty green. Hope, which is actually a buttercup yellow, like it's a really soft pale yellow. I actually really like that one. And then Shiny Snowflake, which is a glitter topper, and I'm so thankful that they actually thought to send some kind of topper over the top. That one is really pretty, like it's beautiful holographic sparkles. So I'm going to quickly show you how I did my first manicure using this kit. So to begin with, I'm using the primer to prime my nails. I like to only do the 4 top nails to start with. On my left hand, then I'll do them on my right hand, and then I do my thumbs very last. It stops the gel from actually seeping down the sides, because otherwise if you cure all of your fingers at the same time, your thumb will be kind of sideways and it won't cure as well. After I use the primer, you don't need to cure this with the light. I go straight in with the base coat, and because of the lack of instructions on anything here, I'm not actually sure how long I should cure them for. In this video, I cured them twice under the LED lamp. Later on, I only cured it once, and there was no problem with that. I'm then going to go in with Mint, which is the green colour, and I'm going to apply that to those 4 nails that I've primed. I found the application pretty easy. The polish is a little bit thicker than your average polish, and so it does take a little while of getting used to, but by the third time using it, I was substantially better at it. I did 2 coats of the mint and I cured it twice each time, and then on my ring finger I'm going to be using Shiny Snowflake. After using the Shiny Snowflake on the ring finger, I kind of wanted a bit of extra, so what I did was I got some of my little rhinestones from my craft room and I put the top coat on and then just popped those rhinestones on top and cured them underneath the LED. This works really well if you don't want to actually glue them to your nails, however it does not last as long as if you were to actually glue them to your nails. So with these ones, the rhinestones lasted about 3 days on my nails before popping off, but that's fine. I was kind of left with like a little indent, but that was okay. After doing those 4 fingernails, I go ahead and do my left hand exactly the same way, and then my thumbs exactly the same way. And with the thumbs, I like to just tuck my fingers underneath and put the thumbs underneath the lamp facing upwards, so all of your other fingers are facing the other way, because you do have opposable thumbs. In terms of the wear, I didn't find that this wore very well. In fact, one of the nails just fully popped right off. I don't even know how it happened. I just found it like in my hair, I think, which was really bizarre. Like it came straight off the nail, and then later on my other thumbnail did the same thing. I had a little bit of tip wear as well, and then one fingernail that chipped the tip off like entirely. Don't know how that happened either. But in general, the other fingernails looked really nice, and I had these ones on for about 5 days, which is kind of short. The next colour set I tried out was Hope, which is that buttercup yellow colour. I also topped this one with the Shiny Snowflake, but I didn't do any of the diamantes or rhinestones this time. The application does definitely look better on this one because, like I said, I got used to how thick those polishes were and how you can kind of like smooth them over a few times, but they still looked a little bit lumpy, to be fair, and that is my bad because that's my not being able to do gels as well as a professional would. And these ones also did pop off with the thumbs. So at this point I did ask my student who is a nail tech, because she was coming in for the lesson, and I was like, look at my thumbs. And so she had a little peek and I asked her like a few questions. So she couldn't figure out why it was just those thumbs that would peel up from the side, because it was just the inside part of the thumbs would start to peel. And it's so bizarre because like I don't think I was doing anything in particular with the thumbs that I wouldn't be doing with the other fingers. Like you do tend to get more wear on these 2 fingers because in general you're very dexterous with these ones. You use them to pick things up most of the time, or if you're like picking something, you're going to use your index finger or a thumb to pick, right? The other fingers are actually your strong fingers, which I learned recently. Your 4th and your pinky finger are like your strong, like picking things up, which I had no idea about, which I find like so interesting. Anyway, the only thing that she could think of was when I was doing the base coat, I wasn't getting it just on the nail, and I might have been getting some on my thumb finger skin, which is definitely possible as well, and that was the only thing she could think of. In general, she liked the look of the polishes and she thought that they were really good value for the price. Her nail polishes are way more expensive, but they also last way longer. So a manicure from her, who is a professional with a professional kit, is going to last probably like a month, right, without chipping or falling off, whereas these ones we should get about 7 to 10 days in general from a DIY at-home gel manicure. My problem here is that I only really get 3 days maximum of good wear. At the moment I did these ones on Sunday and it is Tuesday, and I woke up this morning and the tip of one of the fingers is missing. Where? I don't know where it is. When I went to bed I had all my fingernails, and when I woke up the tip was gone, and I'm like, what did I do in my sleep? Like I must have scratched myself. But I don't know. So then the last color I'm showing you here is Edelweiss, and this one I just did the color by itself. This one is such a cool color, and actually it's probably one of my favorites. That and Hope I think are my favorite of the 2. All in all, I actually really enjoyed trying out these products, and I think that they have some value. So the reason that I like them is because they are a gel and they are an LED gel. That means that when you put the gel on, you can kind of like maneuver it a little bit more than a traditional manicure, and it dries and sets really, really hard within seconds. You know, you just pop it under the light and it's good to go. This means that you get a really clean looking manicure that doesn't smudge, and you don't get those awful little fingerprints. And I am terrible for doing my own manicures and not letting them dry long enough and then accidentally smooshing them. So I get this really pleasant, beautiful, crisp looking manicure with this kit. The downside of that though is that as it is a gel, I would expect it to last longer. So I, like I said, have only got 3 perfect days. I can get about 5, but they do tend to peel off, which is bizarre. I don't know why they're peeling off. So this time I tried to like rough my nails up a bit, which again came from the student who's a nail tech, and I'm going to see if these last a little bit longer. I will put an update in here. So here are my nails after 9 days. You can definitely see that there is a bit of tip wear and there is a bit of growth near the base. I did not paint them all the way down to the edges for obvious reasons. I wanted to test out to see if my painting skill was the problem.
And considering they're staying on my nail pretty well, I think maybe it was my problem. My more dominant hand shows definitely a lot more wear to the tips of the nail, but I don't see them lifting off from the sides yet, which is really good. So who knows, I wasn't really given enough time by the company to actually test these properly, so they may be okay, and it may just be my fault. I don't think that these would last for 21 days though. I'm definitely not convinced on that.
But I feel like the selection of the shades that they sent is actually quite nice, even though they weren't the shades that I personally requested. That's fine. And I feel like their little portable nail light. This is so cute. I wish that the little feet didn't snap in with such vigor. But I think that it's an excellent way of making this a little bit more accessible for people who may not have the ability to store giant lamps. Like I've got another LED lamp and it's substantially bigger. It's like this big. Yeah, it's not quite as small and nice as that, and it requires like a full power socket to use it. So this one is definitely really, really good for travel. So if you wanted like perfect looking nails for a few days, I would so recommend them. They have a huge collection of colors as well, and they're at really affordable prices for gel products. So thank you so much to Modelones for sending these out for review, and let me know if you guys are interested in seeing more nail related content. It has been quite a while since I've done any nail related content. I don't think I've ever made a video. No, I think I have made one video on nail related content. That is it. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!